Another pair of blank 8-tracks, Scotch brand, 90 minutes each. And I've been selling these 2 packs for $20 each. This is just a name badge plate off of a custom amplifier. Custom was a big name in the 60s and 70s. I obtained this just as part of a box lot. It had a few other nameplates like this. And so this I didn't really have any money into, and it sold for $20. And then I found this at a garage sale. This is just a 2-pack of TDK cassette tapes. But these are vintage from the 70s, and these sold for $25. This 3-legged adjustable stool, I acquired this when I answered an ad for some what they called side tables. What they were Bose speaker stands, tulip stands. And I got, I mean, she was actually advertising those second. This was supposed to be the prize. And so I paid her the 30, maybe it was only $25 actually. And I sold the tulip speaker stands for Bose speakers for about $225. And now this finally has sold for $35. Primitive stool. It's not finished, but it is height adjustable. Another set of amplifier badges or speaker badges sold. A lot that I bought. These are from the PV Amplifier Company. When I was a manager of a music store in Minneapolis, I toured the PV factory down in Mississippi, and got to see how those amplifiers were made. Very interesting. The BW stands for Black Widow. That was a special speaker that PV would install in their high-end bass equipment. And these 4 badges sold for $20. From the wild 1980s comes this VHS tape. It's a guitar lesson featuring Wolf Marshall. I bought this when I was the manager of a music store in Minneapolis, 1984. Actually, I hadn't made manager in 1984, but I bought this. I probably looked at it once. A little too complex for my guitar talents. But I found this a couple of years ago in my stuff and put it and did a little research, and they weren't selling for over $5. And so when I stumbled across it again, I looked up, and still there weren't any of this particular artist for sale, but there were some others, and some of them went kind of high. The last one of these to sell was $5, but I was able to get $20, and it sold the same day I listed it. Again, this is a Starlix VHS guitar instruction tape, $20. Well, I guess any sale's better than none, but these low dollar ones, about all I'm getting lately. This is an accessory kit for an X-Mods remote control car. This is a headlight and taillight kit, something I just found in a box full of other X-Mod accessories, and this sold for $12. This is a TV stand. It's all disassembled, but it's a very heavy-duty vintage TV stand. I actually used it for a couple of years. I had a big Sears color TV from the 60s, early 70s sitting on it. Boy, was that TV heavy. In any case, I had a potential buyer message me asking me for further dimensions on it. He's going to use it as a stand for his fish tank. Should be heavy duty enough for that, plus you can roll it around. And this stand sold for $100. I picked it up for free after answering a Facebook Marketplace ad for free TVs and stuff from an old repair shop just a few miles away. And I picked up a number of stands and have sold quite a few. Again, this one went for $100. This is a fun trucker hat from the 70s, and pretty good condition, but after a couple of years I haven't been able to sell it at the listed price of $20. So yesterday I took a best offer of $12 for this 70s trucker hat. This is a Sony 8-track player and recorder. Really nice deck. These go for some really good money. But this one has a slight problem. It does not, it features an eject feature. It'll eject the cartridge, but the eject system is not working on it. So you just have to pull it out by hand. But I was just making sure after I serviced this and put it up for sale probably 2 or 3 weeks ago that everything is still functioning properly. And this actually did still sell for $170. This is a AM/FM receiver and 8-track player. It's a not a very familiar name, ID Electronics. I looked them up, and they're probably built by Matsushita, which is the parent company of Panasonic, and it does look a lot like Panasonic units on the outside and on the inside. And this I picked up along with a bunch of other ones, so it's probably got a minimal amount of money into it. And I did a complete service on it, new belt, cleaned everything up, and it only took a couple weeks to sell. It sold for $150. I sat down the other day and serviced a bunch of 8-track tapes. Servicing them requires replacing this foil splice, because the glue on these does not last all those years. And most of the time when you first play them, first time it comes to this spot, it'll break. And other things servicing sometimes need are the felt pads, or if it's got the foam pad, that needs to be completely replaced. Then you got to open the cart up. This one just required the splice. And since it's a Jimi Hendrix tape, it got a pretty good price, $18. This is the last pair of these Harley-Davidson welding gloves that I picked up a couple of years ago at a garage sale. I bought probably half a dozen, maybe 8 pairs. And I tried selling them on eBay. I think I sold 1 pair over 2 years. And then last year I got the bright idea to put them on Facebook Marketplace. I actually put them up there for more money, and they started selling. But actually I sold 1 pair, and then Facebook Marketplace did not have a way to relist that, and I kind of forgot about it. And then all of a sudden they come up with a way to relist them. So I kept relisting them, and now they've all sold for 20 bucks a pair. I found this little battery adapter at a estate sale, and after doing some research, I found out it's for Sony's micro TV, one of the first portable TVs, and this is actually a car adapter for it. And I got this for, or I sold this for $20. These are game instruction booklets for Intellivision. These were made for Intellivision. These were actually made by iMagic. Intellivision was one of the first home gaming systems, along with our Atari. And I remember my wife at the time and I bought one of those Intellivisions, brand new. Had a great time with it. But you know what? I've never played video games since. I guess Intellivision wore me out on them. In any case, these I picked up for free when somebody on my Next Door Neighbor app said they had a bunch of records they wanted to give away. So I went and picked up the records, and then she said, I've also got all these Intellivision instruction booklets, and I've got a whole bunch more of them already listed, but these 3 sold for $12. Another turntable record changer sold. I again serviced this one, cleaning out all the old grease and relubricating it. Got a new needle on it. This is a BSR. It's a little bit more advanced than the regular BSRs. It does use a magnetic cartridge, and This one I sold with the base. Oftentimes I sell these as stereo console replacement units, but this one I decided to leave the base with it that it came with. And this sold for $175. This is a vintage Boston model KS pencil sharpener. Over the weekend I bought a large collection, about 75 vintage pencil sharpeners, very similar to this. Some smaller, some larger, some in great condition, some not so great condition. This is about average. And this one sold for $28. I put a number of them up for sale already. Some of them, a couple of small miniature ones, actually I've got priced over $100. Pricing gauged on previous sales of the same pencil sharpeners. And they're quite interesting and obviously quite easy to handle, store, and ship. That was one of the reasons I bought the collection, beyond the profitability of it. I just went on Craigslist one day last week and typed in collections, and this came up, and he was agreeable to my offer as well. In any case, this Boston model KS sold for $28. This is an owner's manual for a Yamaha surround sound system, audio video system. It's a fairly substantial manual, very complicated unit. I picked it up for free at a garage sale, and it's been up for quite a while, and it finally sold for $14. That was on a best offer. This bumper sticker is a bit of an unusual find for South Dakota, being the red state that it is, to be anti-Reagan, of course, back from the 80s. And this has been up for quite some time. It had some interest, but I never got an offer or anything on it until yesterday. Somebody offered me $10 for it, and I took that. This is a Patagonia Cinchilla vest, fleece vest. What size is this? I've had this for quite a while, and finally sold it on a best offer for $27. XL. I don't know why this didn't sell. I've had it for probably a year now, and I priced it at, I believe, I want to say $39.99, but in any case, it sold for a best offer of $27.